so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, and those are different facial features that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, but line go back to these same people that they're the biblical Israelites according to the Bible. All right? Start first by giving all praise and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakudash.
Double honor to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone. And greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the elect. Shalom unto you. All right, we're out here another week, and as if you're in the spirit at all, you can tell that the temperature's being turned up. There's draconian measures, there's austerity measures, of things that's happening in the earth, but a lot of our people don't know what the hell's going on. All right, they're too busy caught up in sports and entertainment and so on and so forth that they missed the important things that's coming down. All right, there's World War III that's coming down. All right, that's one major thing that's gonna happen, and a lot of you Jason's gonna get drafted. All right, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, you within the age of 18 and 29, let's go.
Bro, in the middle of that situation that happened in Saudi Arabia, they sent troops over there. They deployed troops. I guess last week or the week before.
Yes, that's right. Yep, more troops after the oil tanker thing, right?
Yeah. That false flag oil.
Right.
Yeah.
You got something right now?
Yeah. It's 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 7. It's like in verse 3. That's 33. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon
at the top.
1 Thessalonians 5 at the top. But of the times and of the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
We have no need that the apostle write unto us, the apostle Paul here, that he needs to write unto us, because we know what it is. We've been in the spirit watching this thing unfold, but we're out here to warn you, so you can get on board if you're of the elect, to warn yourself and put yourself in a position of the things that's coming. You have no need that I write unto you, because you very well know the things that's coming. Hold that, matter of fact. Get 2 Esdras 9. Come on. Then get Romans 11. Romans
13.
13.
2 Esdras 9 and 1.
Yep.
He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
That's why we don't have to be warned by Paul, because we're measuring the time ourselves. We were told to measure the time, which the way you measure the time is by the prophecies that's passing and how many left we got. The mandatory mark of the beast, World War III, and then the Yahushua coming back around the same time America was being destroyed in World War III. These are the major things that we're waiting for in the earth. Okay, these are the last few prophecies that we're waiting to completely unfold that'll set this world upside down. Go ahead, Art.
And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And he's visiting the world. He's sending his angels down. Their presence is being known in the heavens, in the skies. They're called UFOs. That's why there's an abundance of UFO sightings everywhere. All right? You're seeing the other parts of the science pass with the World War III, with the RFID technology, which is the mark of the beast chip.
Storm and tempest.
All right, storm and tempest, these earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are happening, and you people aren't paying attention to the signs. You're not measuring the signs. But this is the time where the Heavenly Father will come back in. And you people got your head so far up Esau's ass that you don't realize what's happening.
Because Esau is deviating from all plans, man. He understands that the Most High is bringing terror upon this place, man. Yep. He understands that famine, plagues, pestilences, race riots, famines, he understands that all these are going to happen upon American soil. So what does Esau do? He plants BS in front of you people's mind, man. Yep. He lets the newest nigga drop an album. You know, he allows a new food from a fast food place come out. Yep. You know, he allows new movies to be into production. You know, he does all these things in order to blind the minds of the simple, man. Because it's really, when you think about it, it's not easy to distract Jake, man. No. That's something real simple. Because really, Jake hates to hear bad news anyways. Yeah. So just keep presenting things that sound good to their ears, and what happens? They continuously stay in the cycle, man.
But you first have to make Jake believe that it's bad news. this is good news. All of these prophecies are good news. Why? Because we get out of this captivity. But Esau would have told a lie to Jake that he's not in captivity. We're free. Yeah, you're free. Cross the street in front of a cop. Jaywalk across the street, see if you don't pull your ass over. Drive a car without a license. Go across the borders without proper identification. Go just run through a checkpoint. Say no. Try that more shit. You know, when he got a checkpoint on you. Try that shit and see what pops off. Okay.
Don't they setting up that system to where if you're trying to leave the country or leave the state, you're gonna need to have that real ID.
Your real ID.
The real ID in order for you to board public
airplane.
transportation.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know.
Yep.
Hey, that
Can't
means
get on
that
the plane, none of that.
Yeah.
Buses, they're gonna do it all.
That means you're not free.
That means you're captive to wherever state that you're in, pretty much.
Right. Those are the boundaries. There's no real fence there, but there's a boundary that you cannot pass. Okay? And why? Because the moment camp, we were making a joke last week, right, about Camp 8 from Life. That's real. Yeah. That's a real thing. You can't just walk across and escape this place. You are under these curses, and Esau's gonna make sure he keeps complete control of you. I think that was it on that, right? I don't know if I wanted more. There's more you can read.
They went into the earthquakes and uproars of the people.
Yeah, well, go ahead and read that part. Yeah.
Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee.
That's right, and he prophesied these things unto you already. He told you before they happened already, okay? And how is it that 3 major storms, and there's a line of like 8 of them total, was running through the Caribbean, particularly it seemed like it's aimed at Puerto Rico, but then there's an earthquake in Puerto Rico, 6.0, that's big. That's not a little light, and there were really 3 or 4. And when earthquakes come around, you start to always have in the back of your mind, another one could come any minute. Was that one?
Yeah,
As they're worried about the tsunamis and the storms coming upon you. So Puerto Rico's worried, amongst other countries out in the Caribbean, which you are Jakes. Okay, you are Israelites. All right? Why? Because you got all that demonic idol worship going on down there. I'll just use that word. Got all that going on down there.
Catholicism and
Witchcraft.
predominantly Christianity and witchcraft.
That's right.
Santeria.
That's right.
You know, that's all wickedness, man. That's all instruments of cruelty.
That's right.
You know? That's why the Lord jacked the Bahamas up, because they're predominantly they're Christian, Catholic, and a lot of them were also into heavy witchcraft, man.
That's right.
Juju.
Yep.
They was into all that, man.
And who taught you all of that? Who allowed you to push all those things? And the thing I always think about with Christianity, because especially here in America, Christianity is such a huge thing, especially among Jake. Which Jake is short for Jacob, which is the Israelites, Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and scattered Israelite foreigners to water. I'm kind of fix myself with that. But how come Jesus that loves everybody, how come he ain't coming down and loving you to save you? Why is he allowing all this stuff to happen to you Christians? Allow people to come to your church and shoot you. Oh, it was just them? It was just them? Okay. More or
I had a quick one. It's Ecclesiastes 8 and 5.
Yep.
It says, whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing.
Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing. Okay? If you were pursuing a Job, who perished being innocent? Well, they're down there taking you people out, man. These storms, and these storms and this earthquakes and tsunamis, floods, even the cops. All of this is taking you Jakes out of there, man. Okay? Where's the Heavenly Father's protection from that? It's not coming because you are transgressing His laws. Okay? You turned your back to Him and not your face. You got it, right?
And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment.
And a wise man's mind, the word for heart is lab, a Hebrew word, which is for your mind, discerns judgment. Meaning you'll know that this can't be right, this don't add up. But Jake don't want to be that. He really believes ignorance is bliss. He wants to have an excuse to not have responsibility to being righteous, to do whatever the rest of the world is doing. Because we all know you, Jake, try righteousness every blue moon. You try something different, and the people around you that aren't trying it will shun you and excommunicate you, push you off. And so you don't want to be left out, so what do? You go back and do what they do. All right?
It says in Proverbs 22, it talks about how a prudent man perceiveth the evil and hideth himself,
Right.
but the simple pass on and are punished.
And that's what happens. The simple pass on, and they get punished.
Right, and that's why the script written in Ecclesiastes says, in the hearts of the wise is in the house of mourning, man. But
Yep.
the heart of fools is in the house of mirth.
You gotta know something big is coming. You gotta know. There's too many natural disasters alone, just the natural disasters alone. You gotta know something bigger is happening. And then you add in the UFOs. You gotta believe something's gonna happen with that. Then the talks of World War III. You gotta believe that this is a special time. You can't. You guys can't be this blind and stupid. You know, but they are. But you look at it like, how can you not see that this is the time that something major on Earth is about to happen? Okay?
Yeah, it's so many different consecutive events that's happening all over the world.
1 or 2 a week now, bro.
That should have you at least questioning, the times that you're coming into. But the reason why our people here don't consider it is because they're blinded by the greater certainties of society. So they have everything at their disposal. They have entertainment. They have their little smartphone. They have social media, and it just keeps them trapped into that little world and that little bubble that it prohibits them from looking outside of that bubble and paying attention to what's actually coming down, man.
I gotta say this, bro. I really meditated upon this, and I figured it out. Because all the kids like these video games and this internet and all of this, right? What it does, it boosts your serotonin and your dopamine, okay?
Yeah.
But it happens artificially because your full body's not involved. It's just happening in your head. It's releasing those things when you watch these videos. That's what Esau continues to tap into. He keeps pushing those positive serotonin and dopamine within you to make you feel good. So whatever you're doing while you're feeling good, your full body's not getting it.
Yeah.
Okay, so your
That's
body's
him,
still needing.
that's him kind of putting you on that wine, on that bottle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's got you in a trance, if you will.
Because like it says in Proverbs, give strong drink to them that are ready to perish. And the purpose for strong drink is to get you to. You ain't thinking about poverty. You ain't thinking about nothing negative.
Yep.
You feeling good about it. When that drink come upon you, you feeling that buzz and you feel comfortable. So you don't even tend to think about anxiety.
I got whatever.
And anxieties just it takes a back seat.
That's right. That's exactly right.
But you're up under the wine that this devil is giving you, man. You're up under that Babylonian wine.
It's false.
That's twofold because here in America, every kind of drug and alcoholic beverage you want, it's especially here in Vegas, it's 24/7.
Pills is the new. You buy it at the pharmacy. There's people out there that's buying over-the-counter drugs and mixing them to get the proper effects that they want. And it's like, how do you? This is crazy. But that's all the status. This induced sleep mentality. Okay, spiritually asleep. But when you snap out of it for a split second, you can see the shambles that this world is really in. You have more?
That was it.
You have more? Yeah, keep going, right?
Read that last verse real quick.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee.
That's another thing. We're talking about the natural disasters, which would be a sign to let us know that the Lord is visiting the earth. But also, you're going to see a lot of uproars. When we've been seeing that, every year. And it seems like it's keep on increasing. Down there in Haiti, they're going fucking A1 sauce down there, man. They're out there looting, they're rioting, tearing up police stations. They doing everything because the current leader over their country they don't want him in office.
Yeah.
They're trying to eject him and get him up out of there. They want to overthrow him because they believe that he's set up by the U.S. government.
Yeah.
Look,
And it was, I remember last year, they was calling out to Russia to get him up out of there so they can change regimes. Because they was like, man, we feel like America put this guy here, man. He's tearing up our economy, man. And for the second or third consecutive year, their gas prices been through the roof. With the gas prices going up, it's making it hard for them to go to work, go and get groceries, to take care of business, run errands. You need gas to transport, man.
Traffic.
And they having a hard time down there.
Yep.
Just imagine when that happens here. You need transportation here.
Right. That's an island. This place is a vast land.
Well, everybody here in America is caught up in their folly, their fucking circuses. But the moment you take away that food, that
Reality.
that luxury of driving around the corner and going through a fast food joint and being able to get a couple of chicken sandwiches for $5. The moment that's gone, hey, reality's gonna kick in. All right, that's when hunger strikes. It's over.
Yeah, the great humbler and equalizer is starvation, man.
It's over,
Yeah.
Everything goes out the fucking window.
Fear and lack of food are the two things that drive societies crazy. People will now do anything for those two things. And now Esau done got all these people addicted. Now drugs is another something that'll make these people snap.
See, that food is the chemicals in
That's
drugs.
That's
Yeah.
drugs, right?
That's why they was going. That's why they was losing their marbles when Popeye's chicken
right.
shut down for a little bit, man.
We went in there with raw chicken, like,
Yeah.
y'all out of chicken, but just put the batter on this and hook it up.
That was straight up witchcraft, man.
Yeah.
Our people don't even realize that they're under they're under sorcery, man.
If all you gotta do is watch one of these food commercials,
Yo,
that's
yeah.
fucking witchcraft
Yeah.
itself. It makes it.
You see the steam and the
You're like,
seasoning.
oh shit, I gotta go get one.
Yeah.
You know?
And that shit don't look nothing like the commercial.
Right, you get it on the, you're hoping it tastes like you imagine. You want him to keep reading?
This chapter can keep going on.
I had Romans 13.
Kind of.
Yeah, go, read verse 5. Read down to 5, then we'll stop reading. Then you go to, we'll go back.
Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
And this is, you gotta realize that this is the end. Because if you whether you understand the creation or not, from Genesis, the first chapter, if you see how the world looked, or you can understand how it could have possibly looked when the world was created, this has to be the end. This is like the opposite end of it. This is the low moment of society and life on this planet.
We at the feet. We at the clay.
Yeah, this is it. This is the worst case scenario what could possibly happen to the earth right in this moment, right now. The minds of the people are all fucked off, and they're all perverse and everything else. And the habitations that we have on the earth, they're crumbling to the ground. They're building skyscrapers that are falling off the sky. There's shit flying around. Everything is it's in the death. This earth needs to be resuscitated, man.
And well, that saying that these Edomites have of "Make America Great Again," it's telling us that America is not so great anymore. You know?
Yeah. That's the underlying thing that they're not telling you out loud. You have to acknowledge that.
That's why it says in Jeremiah 51, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Yeah. Give her a balm and ointment, but
even they know that this place is going down.
Yeah.
But they're gonna scratch and claw and try to make their way back to the top again and relive those great American moments.
Yep.
You know?
We're gonna play baseball on Sundays and afternoons, and that's over, man. That life is over. What's coming is the purge. All right. Go ahead with what you got. That was 5. That was close.
Romans that knowing the time, that now is the high time to awake out of sleep.
Now is the time to wake up, man. Now is the time to start seeing the world for the truth in it. Okay? That it's not here to help you become rich. It's not here to I'm talking about these times we're living in, the society we're living in. It's not here for you to prosper in. Okay? In the current condition of it. This is not designed for that. This is designed for the devil to rule on the earth and to make the world miserable for everybody else around. Okay, that's what this time is designed for. But now is the time when you have the opportunity to wake up before you get caught in that nightmare that becomes the reality. Okay?
Yeah, even it tells you, going back to 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, it talks about how when this knowledge start to increase, this same current world will begin to vanish. And what world are we living in? We living under Esau's world.
Right.
You know, matter of fact, since you still in 2nd Ezra, get 2nd Ezra 6, and you can start at 7. But then when you read down, it's going to tell you that this world is going to begin to vanish.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall the end, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that follow it?
And we'll use a quick analogy. When you watch a movie, you don't want to miss the end of the movie. That's the part you don't want to miss. But this is the end of the movie right here, and you want to be awake to see this part of the movie. The worst feeling is going to the theater and dozing off and waking up at the credits like, I missed it. If you wake up the last few minutes at the climax of the movie, you don't feel bad about missing the middle part of the movie or whatever. Well, you missed the other parts of the movie, don't miss the end of this movie, okay? Because when you wake up at the credits, you're waking up in missile fire, man. Okay? Where it said they shall know it after death by pain. All right? You got it out.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it.
Yep. So what world are we in right now? We're still at the foot of the beast.
Right.
All right. We're at the fourth beast, which is the eagle. All right. So that lets you know what world we living in. We living under this damn devil's world. And just look at the world around you. It's ruled by a straight up maniac, man.
That's right.
Totally out of his fucking marbles, man. He's a mad scientist, you know. Totally just plummeting and plundering and destroying, man. And it tells you in Sirach how the ruler is, so are the people.
Right.
A lot of these people are under the vibration of this devil, because he's the one that passed out that wine and got everybody drunk off of his philosophy. That's why everybody's mad out there rocks, man. That's why you got guys like Malik Yoga, man, advocating his love for that training love.
You see that bug out Terrence Howard?
Oh, him too.
You see what he's going into? Like, man,
bro,
bugged out.
They're gone, man.
Damn.
These were prominent men figures in the so-called black community, man.
Yeah.
Being completely, they're faggots now, man. How can any man respect them? How can, and what's funny, we know you women ain't gonna give up on them. We already know your best friend is a tranny. That's the only way a so-called black man and a black woman get along is if he's a faggot.
Yeah.
Or completely demasculated.
Yeah, that's complete insanity, man. In this world, mental illness is an honor right now.
Yeah.
All right, it's an honor.
It's
If you're a woman who became a man, and then you aspire to be the best, a boxing champion. If you actually go in the ring and start, dominating, but you was a woman that turned into a man, but you still fighting women, and you happen to win that, the whole world is gonna stand right behind you. That's honorable. You gonna get applauded, man.
Everybody knows that the genetic makeup ain't the same.
You're
man.
gonna be called a hero,
right.
brave.
Yeah.
You know, shit.
That's sickness, man. That is straight up sickness, man. You know, but that's considered progress.
But it's a double standard here in America because if that thing that you said goes into a ring
Yep.
and then gets whooped,
Yeah.
like, oh, you
That's
know.
toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
But doing what you stepped in this arena to do.
Yeah.
You stepped into this world to do this.
Yeah.
You want to fight, but you want to fight and win. It don't come with that. When you step in the ring, you step in the fight to win or lose. Either way, you gotta do. I mean, everybody should be stepping in to win, but there's gonna be a loser. And I guarantee you, if women keep trying to be up in this this masculine sport of boxing or whatever, or fighting, they're gonna lose more than they win.
Wait, there's women who transgender into a man, and they're trying to compete with men.
Yeah.
They want to, but
they know.
they're not going to do that.
Mostly I
It's gonna be
see
the men.
because mostly that's
Exactly.
all I see is the man that
Transfer into a woman.
and
Juana
they
Man, the
fuck
movie.
shit up.
The movie Juana Man.
A
bro.
few chicks got their skull bust open, man.
Yep.
Shoot, that he-she done cracked a couple skulls,
Yeah,
man.
then you had the what was it? It was either a dude, girl, or a girl, boy that was wrestling like high schoolers, bro. Like, man.
Somebody just mentioned that their daughter or somebody was gonna play football, like high school football.
Yeah,
You know what's about to happen if you get in the game?
It's a female that I don't know how she got a scholarship, but she's playing she's playing football.
What's she doing?
Yeah.
Chicken?
Like no,
That's just what they
she's
used to make them do.
she's a safety.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
That's until,
They gonna go over the middle. They gonna try to sit her away the whole time. Take that hit, man.
Yep.
Well, this is called inspiration in America right here. All right, the brother posted it in the chat. First transgender boxer, Patricio Manuel, is the new face of Everlast Be First campaign.
Me first.
Transgender professional boxer Patricio Manuel continues to break down barriers and make history in inspiring ways. He was just named, which this is actually a she, was just named as the new face for an uplifting campaign for boxing stable Everlast. It's only been less than a year since Patricio Manuel officially became the first transgender boxer ever to compete in a professional level fight. Prior to that, the 34-year-old was a well-known female boxer before transitioning back in 2013.
She thinks she gonna fight men. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, bro, and when you keep reading it, it goes into the men that actually earn that. That earned that Everlast title, man. It went into Sugar Ray Robinson and basically nothing but greats.
Yeah.
Now they got a fucking woman.
The whole thing is tainted now.
Yeah, it's tainted. That means absolutely nothing no more. Until she get in the ring with what's Jake's name? The one that swing crazy, Deontay Wilder, man.
Oh,
Put her in the ring with him.
You know, and her face get broken. Because you think you equal to a man. Hey, but Esau puts these things on the pedestal. Nah, I gotta put two, bro.
We gotta go with this one. Jeremiah 31 and 22. How long without go about, O thou backsliding daughter? What's wrong? Why you gotta be in another lane, man? What's wrong with your own natural lane? Okay? It says, for the Lord Yahweh had created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. As soon as I heard you say that, me first, that's what that is. That's what that is. You want all the glory of being the top dog without none of the pain that comes with getting to that top spot. Okay, you don't want to have to fight, and then you don't want to have the responsibility to uphold that position. You just want it because you want to see what it feels like. But you're never going to understand what it truly feels like if you don't earn that top spot.
It's men that get in the ring and don't fight no more. That retire after they fight somebody.
Yeah, the first fight.
And no, those are men
Right.
that can't take another man hit.
Yeah.
So let a woman go through it. You think you're getting pumped with hormones and you want to get a bigger chest and things like that. Hey, but until you eat one of them punches, until you eat a haymaker,
Right.
you know, then your perception on it is gonna change.
It's Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
That's how you know this has got to be the end. That the end is now being manifested, because this wasn't the way things was created to be. The way that things were created to be was everything had its place in order. Okay, the Most High likes order. He wants things balanced the way it's supposed to be. But the way that the world's going now, it's completely out of order.
Shit is mad, man.
It's out of, man. It's
going mad.
Chaos. It's anarchy and chaos now. That's what's happening there. It's only fitting that more anarchy and chaos. What is this place?
What is another word for chaos? Confusion.
Confusion. Yep.
What is this place? Babylon. Which means confusion.
Yep.
You know? Yeah, man. And that vibration, that confusion, everybody is taking a swig from that confusion punch, that confusion drink, man. Everybody's drinking from it. And that's why a lot of people are mad all over the world, man. You got some nations that's sobering up and they like, nah, man, we don't want no parts of that, man. We want to stand free of your democracy and your lifestyles, man. And that's why they're trying to build a multi-polar world where these other nations can stand sovereign and have their own standing economy and military and their own cultural influence.
That's completely against Esau in America.
He wants to heap everybody to himself, like it tells you in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, man. You know, he transgresseth by wine, therefore he's a proud man. He heaped up to himself all people.
His own things,
That's that whole one world conspiracy, but he wants to be the head of at the top of that tower.
You know, okay, it'll be one head of the world, but it can't be you. He ain't with it.
Well, look at the world with him on top of it. This shit shambles, man. Look at these people, man. They out of their mind, man. You know, here in Babylon, they have an obesity problem.
Yeah, it's bad.
They're probably like the number one in obesity in the world, man. Okay, mental illness. It's severe here because everybody's on drugs and stuff.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The divorce rates. That's a major American thing, man.
It's a westernized.
Because over in the Eastern world, they got their women in order.
Right.
Over here in the West, you got women. You had women's liberation. Our women, after that women's liberation movement, it was over. That was it. You know.
They said 70% of the divorces are initiated by women. Because this world accepts it. If it went by what the scriptures say on divorce, when a woman can leave and what she leaves with, if that was in place, these women would not leave. It would remain in union as it was supposed to be. No woman is going to spend 5-10 years with a man expected to get something. When she leaves, she can't get nothing. So she ain't going to leave. So she might as well stick around with what she got.
I got a little quick question. This is Psalms chapter 82 and verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Yeah, they walk on in darkness, man. The people like to be in darkness, groping at what's what, trying to feel their way through this world. Well, there's only bad things in the dark waiting with you, man. The Heavenly Father is shining the light, through us, upon us, through Yahweh Shai, and we can see what's going on, and we can avoid certain pitfalls. You people like the pitfalls. You're hoping to fall into a ditch, to get trapped up by women, to get trapped up by money, to get trapped up by your beliefs in this wine that the devil puts out you. You want to believe in the American dream. You want to celebrate Christmas and Halloween and believe it's innocent in nature. But they're so far from the truth to turn it upside down and things as esteemed as the potter's clay in this place. Confusion. More, that was it.
That was it.
Did you finish that script though? Isaiah 29? You ever finish that?
I'll finish. I'll read it again. Isaiah 29:16. It says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not?"
Yeah, you're messing up the natural use of things that were set up in the earth. Women were not set up to fight men. That was not something that was set up. Okay, there were certain things set in place. This concrete wasn't set up for us to be walking on it. It's counterproductive to the natural body. Okay, there's certain things on earth that are happening that are not meant to be this way. But the people love that darkness and love to have it that way. All right? You brought whoever was pulling next.
Actually, I got two.
Yeah, that was the point. That was the point.
I got two of them. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge.
Yeah, you got to deal with these women according to your understanding, man. Don't, understanding of them and understanding of yourself. Okay, the best way to deal with them is case by case. You can't just group them all in. This is how you deal with them. It don't work that way. But there are certain key points that you can say, okay, well, like I said, you got to deal with them according to wisdom and knowledge. You can't just say, okay, you my wife, you do this. You got to know how to get them to motivate them the proper way. Go ahead, bro.
Give honor unto thy wife, as unto the weaker vessel.
Yeah, give honor unto her as unto the weaker vessel. It's like, I hate to say it this way, but you almost have to deal with them like children. Okay, you have to, good job. You got to do little things like that, but you do it in a grown way.
Because they're emotional.
Yeah, and they
children
need
are
that pat on the back.
Yeah. Because women like to hear you not talk about them, but compliments and shit like that. Yeah. So
Love compliments.
Yeah, reassurance.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's funny, that ties, I don't know if you caught that part when you were talking about the boxing situation. They're still gonna want that validation. I got the ring and I got knocked the fuck out. Yeah. There's no honor in that anymore. The loser gets no honor when in boxing is war.
That bitch gonna be looking like Tommy Martin and Tommy Hearn beat him.
Tommy Hearn, right? Martin. You got it.
I got another one. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put put darkness for light and light for darkness.
Yeah, that's what this world is. It's the opposite of what the Most High was shining His light upon. The things that was wise in His eyes, now it's been switched around. The fact that the prophets are out here warning you was a light and a bright thing that the Heavenly Father is doing upon the earth. But you people look at it like it's a negative thing. You hate us when you see us. You always want to do something different. Now realize that we're giving you a public service announcement from the Heavenly Father. Hey, there's about to be earthquakes, there's about to be crazy storms, there's about to be war, about to be martial law. There's going to be an hour of temptation, a time of Jacob's trouble that you have to prepare yourself for. Okay? And this man is going to come down with great wrath. This devil is going to come down with great wrath to destroy you. Okay? But you people want to, why you got to be so negative? Well, man, I ain't being negative. It's obvious that this shit is about to happen.
That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
That put bitter for sweet. The American way is the democracy and freedom according to America, which we know America goes back to the Italian word amargo, which means bitter, right? This bitter way of life that has sprouted up here in America, we put that as it's the best place on earth until you actually live in it. Especially if you're a Jake that live over here, you should truly know how bitter this place is. You live in the worst parts of town, in the ghettos and the barrios and the res and all these other terrible places to live, but you walk around like you live in Beverly Hills. You can't even, when you gotta eat all fast food and processed food and everything, but then you go to the real neighborhoods that Esau has for his people, where you get the people the money that you can't make. Where they have beautiful restaurants.
You got names of restaurants you can't even pronounce.
Right, in different languages, people that they flew in from other countries, chefs,
They got Whole
cooking
Foods.
up brand new shit, fresh, real food, not that old processed chicken that's been injected time and time again that give you gas or whatever the hell else it do.
They cook the food right in front of you.
Yeah, they cook, yeah. The Benny Highlands are sitting in front of you. Fresh from the thing to the plate. When we go in there, our shit's wrapped up in tinfoil. Styrofoam. Our shit's been sitting in styrofoam for the last 45 minutes.
Under a heat lamp.
Yeah, they're a heat lamp, man. And then you put that all into your body.
Then you got Moab making, man. And then they give you fake rice.
Yeah,
You know, rat, cat, dog.
Yeah.
You know, fake letters.
That's one animal.
Yeah, that's
rat, cat, dog.
yeah,
One
kind
animal.
of.
Hey, everything those motherfuckers produce is fake.
Yeah, for real.
You want a rat cat dog special?
Knock off Jay, knock off food. Damn. You know?
But Boaz making a killing over.
Woe unto
off the
them
kids.
that are mighty to drink wine. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight.
Yep, and that's the thing. You people think you're the smartest people in the world living this way. You got life figured out living this way. You don't realize that about 35, your health automatically begins to decline right then. By 50, you either on dialysis or you about to go, into a hospital bed. You damn near need to put you in hospice at 50 for you Jakes. But you thought you were so smart the way you figured life out.
Hey, you used to, years ago, to be a middle-aged man was around 50 years old. Now it's down to 35. That should let you know something.
The age of life is truly declined.
Bro, you got Jakes dying of heart attacks in their 30s.
That's what I'm saying.
Cardiac arrest.
We're throwing out averages. You know? What was you gonna say? You was gonna say something about that?
I was gonna say Babylonians are the dumbest people in history.
Hey, the test scores, the world test scores, America's at the bottom.
Yeah.
For real. For average IQ tests, America's at the bottom.
Even when you look into the way or the structure of these other nations, whether it be European nations or nations like that, their work days are shorter. Yep. Instead of working 8 hours, 5 days a week, they may be working 6 days an hour, 4 days a week. 6 days. 6 hours constantly. 6 hours, 4 days a week. And then the American scientists or whatever, because they do a lot of studies and things like that. They'll say that the generation coming up now is the smartest generation to ever be living.
No, that's the most conditioned following.
Exactly, and that's so hooked on, and it's the technology why they say that, man. Because they're easily able to maneuver the technology freely, man. But when you look at it, they're the dumbest, man. Because they really don't have to go through any physical labor or studying to get answers. They have no resistance to do what
you
they
ask
have.
them to give you some free thought, and they can't help you.
They'll tell you what their favorite celebrity says, what their favorite celebrity thinks. I gotta.
Verse 22. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink, which justifieth the wicked for reward.
Yeah, those that drink down these philosophies and try to justify them, man. That's what you people do. You justify the BS that the philosophy that's thrown out there to you.
They call them social justice warriors.
Yep.
The politically correct.
Yep.
We don't want to offend. We have a strict policy on not offending people. Any little thing that you say, even if it's a fact, if it's offensive, if it's reality, you gotta write that off as hate speech.
Yeah.
That's somebody that thinks like that. They've been down and they've been chugging that shit down, man.
Now,
totally bugged out off of that.
That iron belly to keep drinking. They don't, They got that iron belly to keep drinking where they can just swig this philosophy down and keep ticking, man. This stuff is supposed to bug you out. One scent or sip of it should bug you the hell out to where you stay away from it. That's not what happens in this society. All right, just got a little more, right?
And take away the righteousness of the righteousness from him.
Yeah, and they also want to fight to keep the righteous away from doing the right thing. Right, because it exposes that their life has been a lie their whole forever. That they've been living a false way for so long. Like it says in John, they won't come to the light unless their deeds be reproved.
Hey, I know y'all did. I don't know if y'all saw the latest show that Elder Apostle Ramlock did. He was going into how Esau justified. He's so desperate he'll justify any type
of wickedness.
And he was going into how there was it was like some type of documentary going into the history of Sodom and Gomorrah. And Esau, basically his justification was Yeah, the Lord actually destroyed that place. That's the evidence to know that they existed or whatever. But the reason why the Lord destroyed them was because when they were having homosexual relations, it wasn't consensual.
Sensual, yeah.
Right there.
That's what the devil said, man.
Homosexual rape.
Yeah.
Out of here.
He said because it wasn't consensual, that's why the Lord rained fire and brimstone down. That's bullshit, man.
Right.
But that's what this devil do to justify wickedness, man. You know? Crazy.
This is Proverbs 17 and 15. He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to Yahweh.
It's a detestable thing, man. The Heavenly Father hates that. That's worth raining down fire and brimstone upon, man. People that do that. And you American peons are the ones that do that. Okay? You rather have to live this lie, or which ain't living, but you rather be in this lie to wake up and be righteous. Okay? It'll be a little harder. It's going to be harder in this society to be righteous. But you don't care. You rather do the easy thing. When it talks about the broad way and the straight gate, you people prefer the broad way because it's nice and easy. It's a herd mentality. Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's going that one way.
Man, this got to be the way. Everybody's going there.
Well, these other nations, they never really knew how to live righteously.
Right.
Because it was never given unto them. But our people are seduced by their ways.
Yeah.
So our people just go along.
Yeah.
You know? But these Edomites, they don't know how to live righteous. They're going to do wickedly because that's all they know. That's how they were created to be the wicked. You know? But
that's why it says, if you're not the oppressor, choose none of his ways. You know, hey, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Matthew 15 and 14, let them alone, they be blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch.
You can't follow these people this leadership of this world right now, man. The leadership we should be following comes right out this book, and those that follow out of this book, okay? That's the source that we should be following after, as so-called Negro, Latino, Native American people, particularly that begin to identify their heritage as Israelites, okay? It's not because of their bloodline they're able to do that, because of the spirit within them, why they're able to do that, to connect to this book this way. Okay, if you're not doing that, you're following you're being led into a ditch somewhere. It may look straight the whole way, or leading you somewhere that looks like it's good, but at some point it's going to veer off if it's not 100% out of this book.
Yeah, when you mentioned most of our people want to go to Broadway. Why do you go to Broadway? Because the Broadway is more spacious, it's more roomy, therefore it's more comfortable.
More options.
People to talk to along the way.
You know, the narrow is more difficult, to maneuver through. You don't have enough, spacious room. You don't have. It's not all cozy. So it's gonna be a little more uneasy for you.
Pins and needles going to straight gate.
Yeah.
Eggshells, so to speak. Try not to break any eggs.
But hey, what is America all about? Decadence, comfort, pleasure. An American ain't gonna want to be somewhere where it's actually, difficult. Where it's not comfortable.
That's not how this world was portrayed. It's what the world, everywhere in the world has that as a reality. But they painted this place to the rest of the world as somewhere, and even to you Americans here, it's even worse. They paint the picture that this is the place of golden streets, milk and honey, that this is the kingdom of heaven over here, basically. Yeah. Everything happens to you is American dream. Your dreams can be real, and all of that you believe is happening here in America.